Banking scams are deceptive and fraudulent activities that target individuals and financial institutions with the aim of unlawfully obtaining money, sensitive information, or unauthorized access to accounts. These scams have evolved with technological advancements, making them more sophisticated and harder to detect. Scammers use various tactics, such as phishing emails, fake websites, identity theft, and social engineering, to exploit vulnerabilities and manipulate victims into revealing confidential data or performing financial transactions against their will. The consequences of falling victim to a banking scam can be devastating, resulting in financial losses, damaged credit, emotional distress, and even identity theft. To combat these threats, it is crucial for individuals to stay informed, adopt safe online practices, and remain vigilant against potential scams to protect their financial security and personal information. In this article, we will explore common types of banking scams, how they operate, and essential tips to safeguard against them. Number 1. Phishing scams. Phishing scams are a prevalent and deceptive form of cybercrime that targets individuals through email, text messages, or phone calls. The scammers masquerade as trustworthy entities, such as banks, government agencies, or reputable companies, to trick recipients into revealing sensitive information, such as usernames, passwords, credit card numbers, or other personal details. These phishing messages often create a sense of urgency or fear, urging the recipient to take immediate action to avoid negative consequences. The messages may contain malicious links that lead to fake websites designed to mimic the legitimate ones, aiming to capture login credentials or infect the user's device with malware. Phishing attacks have become increasingly sophisticated, using social engineering techniques to manipulate victims emotionally and psychologically. They prey on human vulnerabilities and curiosity to deceive even cautious individuals. To protect against phishing scams, individuals are advised to scrutinize the sender's email address, avoid clicking on suspicious links, and directly contact the organization in question through official channels to verify the authenticity of any requests for personal information. Staying vigilant and regularly updating cybersecurity knowledge is crucial in the ongoing battle against these crafty and damaging phishing scams. Number 2. Fake websites. Fake websites are a cunning and insidious type of banking scam where fraudsters create deceptive online platforms that closely resemble legitimate banking websites. These fraudulent sites are designed to trick unsuspecting users into entering their login credentials, account numbers, and other sensitive information. The scammers often employ sophisticated techniques to replicate the appearance and functionality of the real banking sites, making it difficult for users to distinguish between the two. Unsuspecting victims, believing they are accessing their bank's official website, unwittingly provide their personal data, which is then harvested by the scammers for malicious purposes, such as unauthorized transactions or identity theft. To avoid falling victim to fake website scams, individuals must be vigilant and cautious while conducting online banking. It is crucial to double-check the website URL for any misspellings or inconsistencies, ensure the site is secure by looking to the URL, and avoid clicking on links from suspicious sources. Additionally, users should bookmark the official banking website to reduce the chances of stumbling upon fake sites through search engines or online ads. By remaining cautious and informed, users can protect themselves from the perilous consequences of falling prey to fake websites. Number 3. Identity theft. Identity theft is a deeply distressing and pervasive banking scam that involves the unauthorized acquisition and use of an individual's personal information for fraudulent purposes. Scammers cunningly exploit various channels, such as phishing emails, data breaches, or social engineering, to obtain sensitive data like social security numbers, birth dates, financial account details, and more. With this stolen information, the fraudsters can assume the victim's identity, opening new bank accounts, applying for loans or credit cards, making unauthorized purchases, or committing other financial crimes under the victim's name. The aftermath of identity theft can be devastating, leaving victims with damaged credit scores, financial losses, and a significant emotional toll. It often requires arduous efforts to resolve fraudulent transactions and regain control of one's identity. To protect against identity theft, individuals should be cautious with sharing personal information. Use strong and unique passwords for online accounts. regularly monitor their credit reports, and employ additional security measures like two-factor authentication when available. By staying proactive and vigilant, individuals can minimize the risk of falling victim to this distressing banking scam. Number 4. Overpayment scams. Overpayment scams are a deceitful and manipulative form of banking fraud in which scammers trick individuals into accepting payments that exceed the actual amount owed for goods or services. The fraudsters typically use counterfeit checks, fake money orders, or fraudulent online payment methods to make these overpayments. Once the payment is received, the scammer then contacts the victim, claiming it was a mistake, and requests a partial refund of the excess amount. Unsuspecting victims, thinking they are acting in good faith, return the extra money as requested. However, the initial payment was never legitimate, and the victim eventually discovers that the overpayment was fraudulent, leaving them responsible for the entire amount once the bank or payment provider uncovers the scam. Overpayment scams exploit trust and the desire to be helpful, making them particularly effective and devastating. To avoid falling victim to such scams, individuals should be cautious when dealing with unfamiliar buyers or sellers. Verify the legitimacy of payments before issuing refunds, and be wary of any transactions that seem too good to be true. Number 5. Account Takeover. Account takeover is a highly concerning and sophisticated banking scam where cybercriminals gain unauthorized access to an individual's financial account, such as a bank account or credit card, through various means. These fraudsters employ tactics like phishing attacks, social engineering, or malware to acquire the victim's login credentials or sensitive information. Once the scammers have control over the account, they can make unauthorized transactions, transfer funds to other accounts, or conduct illegal activities, all while posing as the account owner. Account takeover can be financially devastating and emotionally distressing for victims, as they often face significant financial losses and the daunting task of proving their innocence. To safeguard against account takeover, individuals must use strong, unique passwords for each account, enable two-factor authentication whenever possible, regularly monitor their financial transactions, and be cautious of suspicious emails, links, or messages that may be attempts to steal their information. Rapid detection and prompt reporting of any unauthorized activity to the bank or financial institution can significantly mitigate the impact of an account takeover and prevent further damage. Number 6. Investment scams. Investment scams are a perilous and deceitful form of banking fraud that preys on individuals seeking lucrative investment opportunities. Scammers use various tactics, such as cold calling, unsolicited emails, or social media promotions, to lure victims with promises of high returns and low-risk investments. These fraudsters may pose as financial advisors, brokerage firms, or successful investors to gain credibility and trust. Once they have convinced their targets to invest, they either disappear with the funds or create a Ponzi scheme, using new investments to pay returns to earlier investors, giving the illusion of profitability. Ultimately, the scheme collapses, leaving most investors with substantial losses. Investment scams can devastate victims financially, erode trust in the financial system, and shatter dreams of financial security. To protect against investment scams, individuals should conduct thorough research on investment opportunities, verify the credentials of financial advisors and firms with regulatory authorities, avoid making hasty decisions under pressure, and be skeptical of promises that seem too good to be true. Education and vigilance are crucial in safeguarding against these cunning and destructive banking scams. Number 7. Lottery or prize scams. Lottery or prize scams are a manipulative and heartless form of banking fraud that preys on individuals' hopes and aspirations of winning a significant sum of money or valuable prizes. Scammers use various channels, such as emails, phone calls, or even physical mail, to inform their targets that they have won a lottery, sweepstakes, or valuable prize. To claim the prize, victims are asked to pay upfront fees, taxes, or processing charges. Believing the winnings to be genuine, victims often comply and send the requested money. However, there is no actual prize, and the scammers disappear with the funds, leaving victims devastated and betrayed. Lottery or prize scams exploit the vulnerability of individuals who may be experiencing financial hardships or are eager for a stroke of good luck. To protect against these scams, Individuals should be cautious of unsolicited communications claiming they have won a prize. Verify the legitimacy of such claims with official lottery or sweepstakes organizations. And never send money to claim a prize. Remember, legitimate lotteries and prizes do not require winners to pay fees to receive their winnings. Number 8. Mobile banking scams. Mobile banking scams are a growing and alarming form of banking fraud that takes advantage of the increasing use of smartphones for financial transactions. Scammers use various techniques to target mobile users, including sending deceptive text messages, distributing malicious apps disguised as legitimate banking applications, or creating fake banking websites optimized for mobile devices. These scams often aim to trick users into revealing their login credentials, personal information, or financial data. Once scammers obtain this sensitive information, they can gain unauthorized access to the victim's bank account, make fraudulent transactions, or even commit identity theft. The convenience and ubiquity of mobile banking make users susceptible to these scams, especially if they are not vigilant and cautious. To protect against mobile banking scams, individuals should only download banking apps from official app stores, avoid clicking on links from unknown sources, and enable additional security features such as biometric authentication or mobile tokens if available. Regularly monitoring bank account activities and promptly reporting any suspicious transactions to the bank can help mitigate the impact of mobile banking scams and prevent further losses. Protecting oneself from various banking scams requires a combination of vigilance, awareness, and adopting best practices. Firstly, individuals should educate themselves about different scam types and stay updated on the latest scamming tactics. Secondly, always verify the authenticity of communication from banks or financial institutions, especially when receiving emails, texts, or calls asking for personal information or urgent action. Never click on suspicious links or download attachments from unknown sources. Thirdly, use strong and unique passwords for all online accounts and enable two-factor authentication whenever possible. Regularly monitor bank statements and credit reports to detect any unauthorized activity early on. Moreover, avoid sharing sensitive information on public Wi-Fi networks and use secure and trusted payment methods for online transactions. Be skeptical of offers that sound too good to be true and refrain from engaging with unsolicited communication claiming lottery winnings or prizes. Lastly, trust your instincts. If something feels the offer too risky, it's better to be cautious and verify the legitimacy of the situation before proceeding. By adopting these preventive measures and staying alert, individuals can safeguard themselves from falling victim to these cunning banking scams.